It is soft, it feels natural, it moves naturally, and it looks real. I really love this color. I mean, it's in the same family, but they're like distant cousins, I would say. Erica here would be a really lovely half up, half down style, and I am loving the look of this pony. Look at that, it makes the color look so pretty. It's a lovely color. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm excited to review for you a wig that I have never tried before. This is Erica by Envy. But before I jump into all of this, I'm going to remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. Okay, have you guys ever gotten a wig that you just really hadn't a clue what you were going to think about it, but then you got it? You put it on and you actually loved it? Because that's kind of how I'm feeling about Erica here. But let me get into the details so I can tell you all the great things about her, plus a couple of things that I maybe don't love as much, but let me get into it. Okay, first of all, I will let you know that Erica is made with Envy hair. Envy hair is a blend of 70% heat-friendly synthetic, 30% human hair. The wonderful thing about this blend is that it feels like human hair, it moves like human hair. Even friends that come up and touch your hair, they would feel it and be like, that feels like human hair, because honestly, it is soft, it feels natural, it moves naturally, and it looks real. Another thing I really enjoy about Envy hair, so this blend here, is that it doesn't tangle near as much as heat-friendly synthetic fiber, like plain heat-friendly synthetic fiber. So the blend of the human hair with the heat-friendly synthetic fiber really reduces the tangling in my experience. So I find that whenever I wear a longer Envy hairstyle, I do not need to comb it and sort of maintain it throughout the day nearly as much as I would a heat-friendly synthetic style or a regular synthetic style. So in terms of day-to-day wear, Envy hair is really lovely. Now with this blend, you are gonna find though that after you wash it, it's not going to maintain the style that it has as much as a heat-friendly synthetic or synthetic style would. It is going to fall a bit. I mean, I have not tested it on Erica. This is pretty much brand new, straight out of the box. The only thing I have done is change the zigzag part, and I did use heat on the part line just to set the part. So I have not washed this myself yet. However, I have washed other Envy hair wigs that have more of a curl or a wave pattern, and after washing, the curl has fallen. It hasn't gone away completely, but it has definitely fallen to the point where I'm like, oh, okay, I need to definitely touch this up. So if you are someone who wants, you know, the ease of synthetic and the ease of regular heat-friendly synthetic fiber in the sense that you don't have to do a ton to style it, then Envy hair, just be wary of the fact that you will, once you wash it, have to style it. However, the style will keep and maintain throughout your time of wearing it between your washes, if that makes sense. A style like Erica though, this is gonna be really easy to kind of redo once you do wash it because it doesn't have a wave pattern. It really just has these little flips and turns throughout the style just to give it a little bit more interest. So after washing and after it's dry, I would actually use something like the Envy 3-in-1 Air Styler and go through it to help keep the shape of this style and just to restyle it. Now, also one thing to keep in mind about Envy hair is that it's more expensive than your synthetic, heat-friendly synthetic, and sometimes it can get up there in price with plain human hair. It depends on the wig though. Now, when you look at Erica, Erica is actually a much more, I'm gonna say budget-friendly, even though overall it's not a budget-friendly piece, but I will say it's a much lower cost in comparison to other Envy hair wigs that Envy carries. And that is in a large part due to the type of cap that this has. This is not a hand-tied cap. This is a machine-made open wefted cap, which also greatly reduces the price. So if you are interested in trying Envy hair, so this blend of heat-friendly synthetic and human hair, but you're looking at the price tag of some of them and you're like, eek, I don't know about it. Maybe you want to start with something like Erica because it is a lower cost in comparison, I will say, in comparison to other envy hair wigs. So you could potentially use this as a way to try it out to see if envy hair is the right option for you. Okay, let's talk about this color now. I'm wearing this in the gorgeous color called Creamed Coffee. I really love this color. So this color is a blend of a 27, an 8, a 33, and a 4 root. So a 27 is essentially a strawberry blonde, which you definitely see that through here. It's kind of that medium strawberry blonde. An 8 is going to be a medium brunette color. And then your 33 is gonna be more of an auburn shade, so like a reddish brown. So overall, this is going to be a warm color. And you know, when I first saw this color, without seeing it in comparison to anything, I was like, ooh, this kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Shaded Iced Pumpkin Spice by Raquel Welch. But then I pulled out Shaded Iced Pumpkin Spice, and this is like way more copper than Creamed Coffee is. So, I mean, it's in the same family, but they're like distant cousins, I would say. So here's a comparison, and you'll notice that Shaded Iced Pumpkin Spice is definitely more of a copper color, whereas Creamed Coffee on my head is more of that like strawberry tone. Anyways, let me go ahead and I'll give you a spin of this style so you can see this whole thing. So this is essentially just a long layered style. These tags, I'm always getting the tags in the way. Okay, this is just a long layered style. You do have a ton of layers in here, starting way up here, nice and short layers. And then they just kind of cascade down with all that styling in it too. And then you even have more of a long curtain bang effect going on, which I love that. It's like one of my favorite features of a style, because when you have this sort of curtain bang or layers in the front, it really gives you the ability to have nice updos. So Erica here would be a really lovely half up, half down style. If you leave this kind of forward, bring out some of that hair, and she could work as a really nice half up, half down, or as a ponytail. This would be a nice like loose, low pony if you leave some of this out, and I am loving the look of this pony. So definitely some options when it comes to styling. Overall, in terms of the density, you don't have a ton of hair. I'm gonna say this is more of a low to medium density. It feels pretty low because there's a lot of layering in this. So by the time you have the layer, hold on. By the time you cut all these layers, the density at this point down to the bottom, it's not very much. But then you still have all this hair up here, which makes it a bit closer to a low to medium density. Now, aside from all of that, you're gonna have a bit of permatease. However, I really enjoy the placement of this permatease. I know some people are like, permatease, no. Whereas others are like, oh, I love the permatease, give me all the volume. I like the permatease when it's placed in the right spot and when it really accentuates the style. So this one, for example, you're not gonna find any permatease. Well, you're not gonna find any permatease on top here because this is a full monofilament top, which I'll show you in a second, where all of the fiber and hair is hand tied on. And whenever you have something that's hand tied, you don't have permatease there. But then aside from that, even throughout the wefting in the top half of this wig, you don't even have permatease there, which means that you're not gonna get that poofy crown look that, in my opinion, sometimes makes it feel like too much, at least on someone like me. If I have poofiness in the crown, I'm like, it looks like it's a wig. I don't know why. Just on me though. On other people, it can suit them and it works for them. But for me, it's a little bit wiggy and it feels like I can't wear it as like an everyday piece. Whereas if it's more lower profile, doesn't sit all poofy up in the crown, it feels a lot more natural in my opinion. However, you do have permatease in the bottom half of your wig here. So I can feel there's quite a bit of permatease, to be honest. And it just adds a little bit extra volume and body to this sort of midpoint of your style, which is really great to give this that like va-va-voom look without being like too much and too overdone. Okay, let's take a look at the lace front. Now, I really do like the density of this lace front, the ability to pull this off of your face when the density is lower is great. And this lace front even goes all the way around your ear tabs. So you have a lot of space to play with if you want to pull this off of your face. Now, I mention this all the time. The color of the fiber is going to determine what your lace front looks like and how natural it's going to be. The darker the fiber or the hair, the more visible the knotting is. So even though the knotting on this is small, the fiber and the hair is darker. So you are going to see the knots on this color if you're looking closely. If you don't want to see the knots as much, then you might prefer a lighter color. But aside from that darker color, I do find the lace front to be pretty well done. Now, then we had, like I said, a full monofilament top. So a full monofilament top allows you to part this anywhere you want while giving you that illusion of scalp. So you probably noticed though, this part right here. Do you guys see that? So what that is in this cap, they have a thick silicone band underneath here, just, for extra security. However, with the placement of that there, you can kind of see, I don't have eyes on the top of my head. So to be honest, I don't know how much you can see it, but let me show you and you guys can tell me and I'll have to wash this back later. But when I just, parted it like that, I can sort of see it like that. So a fix for that, something that will at least help a little bit, is if you get some powder, some like makeup powder that is a similar color to your skin tone, and dab it through your part line, and that's gonna help disguise it a little bit. I mean, when you look at me head on like this, like you can't notice it. However, if someone is looking directly at your scalp, then they might be able to. Ooh, side note, I really love the way the sunshine is coming in from the window up there. Look at that, it makes the color look so pretty. I really do love this color. It's a lovely color. Now, in regards to how this fits a little bit bigger than average. So I am a petite size. I measure 20.5 inches in circumference, 11.5 inches front to nape, and 11.5 inches ear to ear. So it does fit me nicely ear to ear, to be honest. It sits just above my ear crease, just in front of my ear, kind of where my temples are. So the ear to ear is okay for me. The circumference is a little big. I would just bring the adjusters in and that would help, but there is a bit of extra room within the cap here. So if you are a petite size like I am, you may find it uncomfortable. If you're an average, it will be a bit better. And if you are bigger than average, then this is probably gonna fit you really nicely. There is a decent amount of stretch within your circumference as well though. So a little bit bigger than average fit. Now let me take this off so we can take a look at the cap here. So as mentioned, you have that full monofilament top here, so you can part this anywhere you want. And then here is that silicone strip going all the way from ear to ear, which is gonna help with security, especially if you don't have hair like me. And then you have your lace front that goes ear to ear. Here's your open wefted cap. So it's nice and ventilated and breathable. And you're gonna find the permatease in the lower half starts around here. If you look, you can kind of even look here. I don't know if you can see, bring it close. Trying to let it focus. Okay. So it kind of starts right on this weft here. I don't know if you can see how it's like nice and straight. The hair and the fiber looks nice and straight. And then here suddenly start to see little fuzzies and little crimpies there. And that is where the permatease starts, right here. So pretty much halfway through the wefting is where you're gonna find it. And then you have your extended felt nape, Velcro adjusters. So that is the gist of the cap. Overall, you guys, I'm loving the style. I love the color, and I do really like Envy hair personally. I don't mind having to restyle it a little bit after I wash it. And I really appreciate the fact that these longer styles don't really tangle as much as your heat-friendly synthetic or synthetic fibers do. However, all of that being said, I am not the consumer like you are. You are the one who has to decide if this is a good fit for you and if you want to spend that money to try NB hair. It looks like human hair, it feels like human hair. The price tag is gonna be a little bit higher than your synthetic or regular synthetic, but a style like this one with a cap like this one is not any more expensive than like a bell tress wig would be. So if you are someone who does purchase a lot of bell tress, especially their, Luxe and Luxe SE caps, this could be an alternative for you, even though it's not hand tied like those caps I was mentioning. It does have the blended hair here. Anyways, that is all I have to share really about the beautiful Erica. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to answer them however I can. But if not, then thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys later. Bye.